Hi everybody. So this is our final week working on our Llama Pinata, or horse, or whatever it turned out to be, or giraffe, or I'm not fussy, zebra pinata, whatever you like. I'm still going to think of it as a llama, but there's one critical thing that I want to do at the start before we decorate it with all our colors, is that I want to give it some ears because I haven't done that yet, and poor little fella can't hear a thing. Anyway, before I do that, I wanted to show you, here are some color ideas using the tissue paper that you have. Your colors may not be the same as my colors. I'm not sure if everyone got the same kinds, but I hope there's a nice selection of colors for you. I'm sure there is. And so here are some ideas. You could go with a variety of, let's say, shades of blue, or you could go with yellow, orange, red, purple, like a small part of the rainbow spectrum. Or you could go for the whole rainbow. You could just decide that this is going to be a rainbow llama. Or you could go with Christmas stripes, reds and greens, or checkered pattern, or you could just go chaos, just everything goes, whatever your heart desires. So that's, I think, the main message here, whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead, and I've put out my colors in front of me, so I kind of have them in a little rainbowy selection. And I think that's what might happen here. This might end up being sort of random rainbow llama. But first I want to do the ears, and for some reason, let me see, how about a purple face? I'm going to use the tape that you should still have and attach some tissue paper directly to the dry, now rock solid paper mache. Oh, should I use my teeth? I shouldn't really, but okay, it does work to cut tape. Let's just decorate the head of this llama in purple. And of course you have to keep moving your llama around to get, and sometimes you need lots of little pieces of tape rather than big pieces, because you want to get a nice fit of all this tissue paper, one piece on top of each other, kind of like when we did the newspaper, a little bit of overlapping, just to make sure that all the surfaces are covered. So you can see how I kind of wrap that around the schnoz, the nose of our llama. So let me just cover the face and then show you the ears, and then rather than having you watch me do the whole thing, which is, I think, a little boring, I will do some of it off camera and then show you what the result is. But the reason I want to show you the face is because, well, one, because it's funny, but two, because I want to show you how we can put the ears on, but I think it's nicer to have the face partly covered before the ears go on. So it seems to me that the ears will fit on the back here like this. I could just, of course, keep my fingers there for the longest time, but I don't know, that just doesn't seem like it's going to work. I'm going to take 2 pieces of tissue paper, and I want to make the ears kind of stiff, so I feel like if I have 2 pieces and double them up, and I want them to be kind of pointy, so I've folded it in half, and then I've put these little fold backs, and now I've made like a pointy shape out of my 2 pieces. It's not very symmetrical, is it? Doesn't matter. I've made a pointy shape, and so now what I want to do is curve that back along the fold, so it's now that kind of pointy shape. And yes, I think if I fold in this bit a little bit more, and this bit. Now, does it or does it not look like a really tall, skinny house? I feel like that's what it looks like, a tall, skinny house. And I think that will make a hilarious ear on this llama. So let's see if that works. That's about as close to origami as we're going to get on this project. You know, this fun folding of paper from the Japanese tradition. Okay, so let's try it again. 2 pieces of, is that the same blue? I don't know. And fold it in half like that. Reopen it. Make the pointy bit by folding the edges back. And then fold it in on itself. And then to make it, so this right now it looks like a sort of a short wide house. So now we're going to fold these in a little bit more to make it a tall narrow house, and then attach it to our llama. Ha! Those ears are hilarious. If your ears turn out completely differently, bravo, I'm very happy. It's all good. And what I want to ask everyone to do is to share a photo when they're done. Share a photo of their finished llama so that we can all see how everybody's turned out. That would be so fun. That would be like a little Christmas gift to each other to share our creativity. I will be back soon to show you how this beautiful llama turns out. I don't know about you, but I find the end result of this this llama pinata pretty funny. Funny in a good way. Anyway, so here is our llama pinata. I've almost finished, but I wanted to show you it before I absolutely finished, because I thought, well, our little friend is missing eyes, and one fun way to do eyes is to crumple up 2 pieces of tissue paper into a little ball. That's one eyeball. And here's, we don't have to make both eyes the same color, but today I feel like maybe I will. So here are 2 little eyeballs for our friend, and they will go right up on top of his or her head. And to stick them on there, I'm going to make double-sided tape by just taking our regular tape and making a little roll out of the tape section so that the sticky is on the outside. I'm sure you've done this many times before, but just so that you know, that's how I make double-sided tape. And I'm going to put one here, stick on an eyeball, and I don't know, I'm just being a little conventional. I realize I'm going just with 2 eyeballs pretty much near each other. A friend of mine made a llama with 4 eyeballs. That's fine. Whatever you feel like. Okay, so now our llama has eyes. And another thing that I wanted to point out to you is I've taped all these flat onto here, but another option is to curve the paper and make a little roll out of it with a flat end, and tape them onto your piñata that way. It makes it a little fluffier. If you do that all over, it kind of fluffs them out a little. I didn't do that on mine, but I did leave some ends loose so that he or she looks a little shaggy. One more thing to remember is that underneath your llama, if that's where the hole ended up in your tissue box, I think for some people it ended up at the top. That's fine too. Make sure that you still leave a little space there. I've taped around it so that I can still add candies later if I decide to use it as an actual piñata. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me for another project another time. Thanks. Bye-bye.